after its founder, Moses Cleveland, way back in 1796. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cleveland Browns.
And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26.
1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Play to the running back.
In a word, I would say productive, finding the end zone 3 different times.
Is it possible that you're really underselling it? 3 touchdowns, just going to call him productive?
Right. What do you want?
This guy had a nose for the end zone.
He was good.
Had a snootful, didn't he? How about that big-time game?
And he'll give it here to his running back. And now look at him go. Woo, yeah! And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there. 69 yards. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 33-yard line.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. First carry of the game for Jalen Samuels. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
First carry for Nick Chubb. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
They'll take over.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
No gain.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
At the 18-yard line.
From the gun, Jackson eluding the pressure right. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
Number 22.
Well, the spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the 2nd score there. More muscle up front for this 2nd and 2. They've got 3 tight ends out there. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter as the Ravens push further out in front. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the 1st quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
Take over 1st and 10. at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns offense heading out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC.
And for them right now, not a done deal. They are holding down one of the final 3 wild card spots with 2 weeks to go. But there are others, Charles, kind of nipping at their heels a bit.
And Brandon, it's always worth keeping in mind, and I have to keep writing it down for myself. Remember, it's 7 teams in each conference now making the playoffs. So that brings more important games to the end of the season. So in theory, more teams alive for a postseason berth later in the year.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Shotgun handoff to Samuels. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards, a first down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
A 6-yard.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 43. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. This is Samuels. Solid running on the carry, but still brought down just inside the 40.
He's brought down.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
A 3-yard.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he's going to be down close to a first down at the Ravens 33. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Trying to get the first with Samuels. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he gets it all the way down to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Brad, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you should have it.
And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Odell Beckham with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Browns are back within a score. Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have. You absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the second drive. They've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
The Ravens heading out on offense as we look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And right now they're in that number 2 spot. They would love to hold on to that, but obviously first things first. They want to clinch the division.
And that's what everyone plays for. Win your division first, guarantees you a spot in the playoffs, but still a nice spot to be in. Not as good as it was when the number 2 seed meant a first-round bye. That's all changed with the new playoff system, but still a nice spot to be in.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader, and quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
Larry Ogunjobi.
Able to
fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Forced out to his left. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins.
And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line.
Jackson's pass.
Not the best of plays there as a quarterback. You're right-handed, rolling left, trying to throw it that far downfield.
I remember a coach of mine saying, son, that's the equivalent of trying to get the car keys out of your pocket with your opposite hand while you're trying to run. You just can't do it.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
Quarterback sacked.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Taken down and sacked.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. That went into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
It's 4th down.
On to the 2nd from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football. On to the 2nd from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. A very good return that time. 18 yards. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have, and think back to our meeting with the head coach, and we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
Taken down.
No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. Jackson from the shotgun. Steps away to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he's got this down to the 35. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Escaping the pressure right.
Jackson on the keeper.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
A gain of 2 yards.
They're running. Ingram.
4th down.
And he is going to have the 1st down here, but hold on. As there's a flag on the field, and I think someone got held.
So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
52-yard attempt.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 46 yards.
The 12-yard line.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. The physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
In the red zone, precision is the watchword. If the throw's a little too early, too late, maybe off a little bit, going to be a good chance that any attempt is going to be a contested one, and that one falls incomplete.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down, and they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
This will be caught at about the 6. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
And that big gain may just change the thought process here on 4th down. I think in the red zone, they might now consider going for it on 4th down.
Makes the score Ravens 12.
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
James O'Shea on the return. The Ravens take over 1st and 10. At their own 20.
The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the 1st, getting 14 yards on the scramble. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
He was tackled at the 46-yard line.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Dancing to his left. He's going to take off with it. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Jackson throwing on target to Brown. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 28. 12 yards there and a 1st down. Being chased out left. And this is caught at the 8. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pickup there of 22. It's worth noting when you talk about Jackson's running ability, the Baltimore wide receivers had just over 1,400 receiving yards combined last year. And, Charles, that was the fewest yards by a wide receiver group in the NFL since 2011.
And, partner, I expect...
And they drop him for a loss, but penalty markers are on the field. Let's see about the call.
Unnecessary roughness. Defense.
A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
They'll try to run this one in.
And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be second and goal. Second and goal from the 1. They'll try to run this one in. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. They call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's third and goal.
Big play coming here. It's third and goal.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Can this defense hold him out? Here we go now. Fourth and goal from the 2.
Here's Jackson.
Flush to touchdown, Ravens.
Jackson on the keeper. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Well, that was all Lamar Jackson all the time on that drive, both through the air and in the end with the touchdown run.
Yeah, how about him doing things a little bit on the reverse side there, Brandon, because he softened him up throwing the football and opened up the running lanes. And when he gets a little bit of a sliver, he's gone. And that's exactly what he did there.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Here's Jarvis Landry now on the return.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the score. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes.
Calais Campbell in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long.
They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup.
The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And they will bottle him up behind the line, and now will they use a timeout?
Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
Here's Jamie Gillen now
as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Holding offense.
So they say no to the penalty. Well, who needs a halftime? Am I right? Let's resume play.
Browns 10.
The lake effect snow set to continue for the second half of action as we are back underway. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And the half will begin with a touchback. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A throw down the field, caught by his running back. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards.
Still all sorts of time left in this game, and you'd like to be able to say take it one play at a time. But the truth is, they're probably going to have to hit on a few big plays in the passing game to close this gap, and that's a good start right there.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He'll have a 1st down inside the 10. And he gets it all the way down to the 3. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
They'll give it to Chubb. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Chubb, the ball carrier.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Jalen Samuels, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns have cut it back within a score.
Well, Brandon, he just followed his nose, and his nose took him to the end zone. But how about the big guys up front? Give him at least a stalemate in order to find that space.
Yeah, the O-line won the battle in the trenches there, didn't they? So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. Fielded right around the 8. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10. At their own 20.
The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Tackle made.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well.
Holding offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. On 2nd down, Jackson. Flushed out right. He'll try and run it. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A good decision in the end to pull it and run. Get some 9 yards and a 1st.
And Brandon, this is the time of the game when Jackson could really take over. He's got the defense's legs a little bit tired. He's got them on the run.
Yeah, this defense looks gassed, and you're exactly right. Second half with the lead, this is when Lamar Jackson seems to thrive. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
Hey, we're going to do what we do.
In the pocket, chucked it away. Flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field. Have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now, that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. 1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 40.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
Taken down and sacked.
And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down.
Well, that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. Just 21 yards on the punt there. And the Ravens, they'll take over. This Ravens offense heads back out there, led by Lamar Jackson. He's been a good game manager. They're winning here in the 3rd quarter, but really, the ground game is where it's been at for them, hasn't it?
So whatever the game plan was, you just got to focus on continuing to run the football. And really, that takes the pressure off of the guy throwing it around. Doesn't have to be the focal point. Hand it off, let him chew up the yardage in big plays, and your team's winning. The only people upset, the fantasy guys who may have started him at quarterback in their leagues.
And we'll see if they continue with a recipe of the ground game. The throw here to Andrews, the tight end. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. And now here's a carry heading left. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
On the pickup, brings up
that play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown.
Number 85.
T. Higgins with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Ravens will extend their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Uh-oh, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be second and about a yard.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2. The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Complete to Jarvis.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered. It's both feet down for the completion.
Now a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 27-yard line. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Calais Campbell has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
A gain there of 21 yards.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
And again, it's Chubb. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7.
Chubb again.
3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? The Browns on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. Here it's 3rd and 3. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Browns are back within a score. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route. Ordinarily, it's probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it's a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, they've seen their lead nearly extinguished after that last score, but bottom line, they are still on top with the football. And a touchdown on this drive would really put them in position A. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers. 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense. And this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it. And let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And all the way down to the 25-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
19 yards.
And that's the type of run that they're looking for, because they'll need to continue to rely on him to move the sticks in this tight game in order to preserve this lead.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And a nice pickup there as he'll get about 9, and that will lead us to a stoppage here at the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Face mask. Defense.
Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the 4th. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep. They'll try to run this one in. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football.
Yeah,
what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. Here's Landry. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
So now the Browns down by 9. A little under a minute 50 remaining. A crushing loss to their playoff chances on the horizon, barring a huge turnaround here. Starting with 1st and 10. Gonna throw right side here, complete. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. Another connection between the two. This one good for 12 and a first down. Left side, it's Beckham. And he's taken down inside the 30. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 more on that one and another first down. And they finally get to him as he's taken down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry.
The pass.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And this is going to be caught. It's caught. And they've won the football game. Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play, but still, all for naught, really.
Yeah, I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. But I often wonder, when the game is settled and the clock is run out, do we really need to kick the extra point?
Oh, yeah. It's silly. It's silly.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I know that people have explained before, well, you got to play it all the way through. Come on, this thing was done.
So for Baltimore, it's a big win here as they move to 11-4 now in the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for the Browns, their playoff hopes take a big hit as they fall to 8-7. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Heinz Field to take on the Steelers. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.